I've seen Kobe do it. I saw him pressing a guy up 40, and he's picking a guy up full court who's a pretty good player and stealing the ball from him and laughing at him.
Go get me some knowledge.
Jordan at that time, they were like 40-4 or something. It was one of their great years. And he played 44 minutes and had 48 points and 10 rebounds and 6 blocks, 6 steals. And so I asked him, Michael, what? You won by 40. Why are you in this game? Why are you? And his answer, and I think it's true, was, look, some kid's going to come to see me play today. I'm going to show him who Michael Jordan is. I'm not going to show him some guy that gets 20 points. He's going to see Michael Jordan. And he did that in practice. He'd wear guys out in practice. They'd bring in guys in practice to play against him, and they'd have to bring 3 or 4 guys in preseason to play him because he just beat them up.
How rare is it to see somebody like that?
And almost never. The only 2 I've seen that go that way, Kobe and Michael. Those are the 2 that I've seen that are just absolutely trying to beat you to death. They're not trying to beat you. They literally would beat you to death if they could. I've seen Kobe do it. I saw him pressing a guy up 40, and he's picking a guy up full court who's a pretty good player and stealing the ball from him and laughing at him.
Yeah.
And saying that, hey, he's out there. I'm going to get him.
What kind of player were you in college? I don't know if people know this, but you walked on in 1962, and by the time you were a senior, you were the captain of the team.
I was lucky. I was a pretty good player at a small school, and in those days, nobody knew you. You didn't go to camp, so nobody knew who I was. I could have gone to I almost could have gone to Colgate. That time was better, but I would have had to pay my own way. But I would have gone to a mall, maybe a Division II school. But the coach here, Fred Lewis, got the job, and he was just interested. He was a great recruiter. And he told me, I visited, and he said, this is late spring, the year Arnie Davis had won the Heisman. And I just liked the campus. I had built new building opening. And he said, if you're good, I'll give you a full scholarship, which he said that I found out later to 4 other guys. And he had 7 guys. He has 7 guys on the freshman team on scholarship. And there was, in those days, it was 8, 10, 12 guys on the varsity. So there was 22 scholarship guys because we played freshmen. Yeah. I was lucky I got in there. I was a better player than people thought. And I knew playing with Bang, if I would get in the right positions, he'd get me the ball and I'd get some open shots and I could shoot. So I just played off him and got in open spots and got better, a little bit better every year. And it just worked out for me. We had great success. They lost 29 straight games the year before we got here. And we ended up in the Sweet 16. We lost to at Elite 8. We lost to Duke in the regional finals. And we had this 6-point lead with about 8 minutes to go. They were good. And
how daunting was it when you finally become the head coach of Syracuse? When you became the head coach, was there anything that you wanted to change? And was there a strict set of characteristics that you want to instill in your team? Or obviously, did that just develop and then change over time?
I was an assistant, and we had gone to the Final Four, a fluke in 75. And the head coach, Roy Danforth, always wanted to go someplace. He thought we could go bigger. And the following year, we weren't as good, but we got to the tournament. He got an offer to go to Tulane, which he's from went to school at Southern Mississippi. And he thought that was great, which obviously wasn't a great job, but he took it. And I was here, been the assistant, played here, so I talked my way into them giving me the job. And it was a challenge. There's no Big East. It was independence. You had to get players, but you can work hard. I hired Rick Pitino the first week I got the job, and we went out and got Lewis Orr, who became an All-American. Roosevelt Bowie became an All-American. We won 100 games in 4 years, and they're great guys, no problem guys. We had no issues. It was 4 years of this coaching thing's easy. But then we got some characters in after that, and it was a little more difficult. But we started out great and winning, so we established ourselves. And then when the Big East came along, we were already good. Georgetown was good. We were good. St. John's was good. So we just needed that vehicle, and the Big East was the vehicle. Dave Gavitt was smart, got us on ESPN. We were in California. I had 5 players from California on my team a couple of years later, and we had never had a player from California. It was all because of ESPN, kids seeing us play.
Go get me some knowledge.